You know what? It doesn't take 10 or 8 years to truly see through someone. Many people ask me, Jack Ma, how do you judge people so accurately? Honestly, it's not about any special ability, it's about knowing where to take them. Human nature is usually deeply hidden. You see someone in a sharp suit, speaking elegantly, that's just the surface. Their true colors only show up in specific environments. It's like gold and brass without fire, you can't tell them apart just by brushing them. After years of entrepreneurship, I've met countless people of every kind. Some pretend to be loyal to your face but would sell you out in a heartbeat. Others seem clumsy, yet you'd trust them with your life when it matters. Why? Because most people only see the surface, not the substance. Remember this, you never truly know someone by what they say, but by what they do. Especially in certain situations, a person's true colors will be laid bare. Today, I'll share 3 places where you can test them. Take them to these 3 places, and all their ugliness, greed, and selfishness will be exposed. The first place is the dinner table. Don't underestimate the act of eating. Chinese people value table manners, and many business deals are sealed over meals. But did you know? The dinner table is also where you can see a person's true colors most clearly. How? It's simple, watch whether they order what they like or ask what you prefer. See if they serve themselves first or consider others. Observe whether they talk incessantly about themselves or listen attentively to others. I've seen countless people how they behave at the table mirrors how they conduct themselves at work. Those who only feed themselves will prioritize their own interests in everything. Those who show consideration for others will always keep the bigger picture in mind. This isn't some profound philosophy, it's basic human nature. Even more crucial is how they treat the waitstaff. Remember this, how someone treats those weaker than themselves reveals their true character. It doesn't matter if they bow and scrape before their boss or smile at colleagues, that's meaningless. What counts is how they treat servers, cleaners, and security guards. That's the real measure. Some say, Jack Ma, you're judging the whole by the part. That's exactly right, judging the whole by the part. Think about it, if someone looks down on the waitstaff who serve them tea and water, who do you expect them to respect? If someone bosses around waitstaff, how much better could they possibly treat their subordinates? Let me tell you, those with true vision never show off at the dinner table. They consider everyone's feelings and respect every person who serves them, because they know that today you may be the boss, but tomorrow you could be someone else's employee. Today you sit at the head of the table, tomorrow you might be seated at the lower end. Life has its ups and downs, only by staying humble can you go the distance. Back in Alibaba's early days, I once dined with an investor. He was dressed in a suit, spoke eloquently, and seemed well-mannered. But during the meal, his attitude toward the waitstaff was appalling. He cursed at them when dishes arrived late and flew into a rage over tea not being hot enough. I knew instantly this was someone I couldn't partner with. Why? Because true refinement can't be faked. Time proved my judgment correct. This person has a terrible reputation in the industry for consistently taking advantage of partners. You can also spot greed at the dinner table. Watch how he orders food. If he piles on dishes far beyond what anyone could finish, it's pure vanity. When hosting, ordering excessively is wasteful. When dining as a guest, it shows a lack of manners. If someone can't even order food with restraint, how can you expect them to handle responsibilities with discretion? Some may ask, do such details really matter? They do, they matter immensely. Because character is revealed in the details, and character determines success or failure. Look at those who achieve great things. Which one doesn't excel in managing details? Which one lacks basic respect for others? Dining is the ultimate test of a person's self-discipline. Those who only feed themselves see only themselves. Those who care for others carry others in their hearts. Whether in business or friendship, with whom would you rather associate? Naturally, those who carry others in their hearts. I've seen entrepreneurs with formidable skills and impressive credentials who still can't get things done. Why? Because they only see themselves. It's like this at the dinner table, and it's like this at work. They always think they're the smartest, and everyone else is a fool. People like this will inevitably show their true colors when it comes to splitting profits in the second venture, and this is even more direct. The most authentic side of human nature is often laid bare in the face of profit. All that flowery talk about brotherhood and shared ideals? That's just hot air. The real test comes when it's time to divide the money. Let me tell you, talking about money doesn't ruin friendships, not talking about it does. Why? Because if you can't even discuss money properly, it proves you're neither true friends nor genuine partners. True partnership means clearly defining and explaining how profits are shared. How do you judge someone? Simple: work with them, make money, and see how they divide it. Do they take the lion's share while you get the scraps, or do they distribute fairly based on contribution? More importantly, when things go wrong and losses pile up, do they bail or stand by to share the burden? Remember, many can share in prosperity, but few can endure hardship together. The people truly worth deepening your friendship with aren't those who swarm around you when you're riding high, but those who are willing to lend a hand when you're down on your luck. In the early days of my startup, I had many people around me. Some saw Alibaba thriving and came over wanting to work together. I'd observe how they discussed benefits. Some immediately demanded a certain percentage of shares or a specific dividend, never mentioning what they could contribute. I never partnered with such people. Why? Because they only saw profit, not responsibility. The truly worthy collaborators are those who first discuss what they can do, then what they want. They understand that only by creating value first can they share in it. Those who rush to demand a share of the profits are usually opportunists, not true entrepreneurs. How someone approaches profit sharing also reveals their character. Those with a narrow mindset will quibble over minor gains, while those with a broader perspective look to the long term and understand the value of giving ground. I often say, small successes depend on individuals, but great successes depend on the team. If you can't even look out for the team's interests, what great things could you possibly achieve? There's an interesting phenomenon: those who are overly concerned with profit distribution often fail to achieve greatness. Why? Because they pour all their energy into dividing the pie instead of building it. True visionaries focus on expanding the pie, not grabbing a bigger slice. I've witnessed countless examples of business partners turning against each other. Why? Because they failed to clarify profit sharing up front. Initially, everyone brushes it off, thinking they'll discuss it once they start making money. But when profits actually roll in, everyone feels they contributed more and deserves a larger share. This inevitably leads to bitter arguments and the partnership collapsing overnight. That's why I always stress, lay all the cards on the table. Profit distribution must be clearly defined from the very beginning and put in writing. Don't assume discussing money ruins friendships. Failing to discuss it is what truly damages relationships. If you can't even clarify this, you're fundamentally unsuited to collaborate. How profits are divided also reveals a person's integrity. Whatever agreement is made must be honored. Those who renege promising a 50-50 split but demanding 60% once profits roll in are utterly untrustworthy. Why? Because they lack integrity and have no moral boundaries. Let me tell you what matters most in business: credibility. Once credibility is gone, everything is lost. If someone breaks their word when it comes to profit sharing, how can you expect them to keep their word in other matters? It's impossible. Those who are generous in profit sharing often achieve great things. Why? Because they understand that only by letting partners make money can they earn more themselves. Only by ensuring employees thrive can the company prosper. It's the simplest principle, yet many just don't get it. Look at successful entrepreneurs, which one isn't generous in profit sharing? Ma Huateng gave employees shares, Ren Zhengfei distributed Huai's shares to staff. Alibaba does the same. Why? Because we know that only when everyone profits can the company truly grow. Those stingy bosses who begrudge raises and dividends. What happens? Good employees leave, leaving behind companies where people just coast by. Can such places succeed? It's impossible. If you can't even take care of your employees, how can they possibly take care of your customers? If customers aren't satisfied, how can the company grow? Thirdly, adversity is where you truly see someone's character. When things are going well, anyone can be there. It's only in tough times that you discover who's genuinely loyal. I often say, don't praise me only when I succeed, show me you're still there when I fail. Simple words, yet few truly live by them. People find it easy to add flowers to brocade but hard to offer aid in the snow. When you triumph, crowds swarm around you. When you stumble, how many remember you? Such is human nature. Precisely because of this, adversity remains the ultimate test. Putting someone in adversity doesn't mean dragging them into trouble. It's about seeing how they react when you face hardship. Do they flee or confront it? Shirk responsibility or share the burden? Kick you while you're down or pull you up?